Hello there, guys. So the last time in the anime, we saw that the mysterious girl had saved Ian again. She had begged her mother, Ursula, to save him. She healed Ian's wound and replaced his damaged eye with the World Tree's essence. Ursula then revealed that Yuri is the World Tree itself, and she's her guardian. But she considers herself Yuri's mother because she raised Yuri when she was just a plan. Aside from that, Ian was an appraiser, so he couldn't leave the dungeon on his own. So Ursula decided to train him at Yuri's request. She taught him that his eye had now become spirit eye that could instantly peek through anyone's skill. Plus, it could even show enemies' future movement. But the amazing part of this eye was that Ian could copy anyone's skills while appraising. So Ursula let the guy copy her chant less magic skill. So now Ian was confident that he could kill the bear who nearly killed him. But clearly he needs some target practice. Yet he blindly attacks continuously and killed the bear. So now Ursula knew Ian was ready to leave on his own. But as a parting gift, Yuri had asked Ursula to give this World Tree's spirit core. She had already infused one in his eye, so this one was the second one. It was Yuri's power, so Ian refused, but Ursula said that once he dies it will return back to them. Then she infused the core with his eye, but suddenly Yuri vanished, and she came back again from inside of his eye. Turns out that spirit core had made a link between Ian and the tree so Yuri could stay with him. She was excited to help Ian with healing powers. But Ian was unsure how Ursula fell, and Ursula showed how she feels practically. But she did it for Yuri to let her see and experience the outside world. Then she infused a new mark on his hand that would work as a storage spell. And the next was a sword. Yuri provided materials to forge this sword but for some reason she stabbed it in Ian's eye. And then she gave him this Philosopher's Stone that created a permanent link with Ursula. Plus, she'll be able to see everything, so she warned the guy not to try anything with Yuri. Then Ian asked Yuri what she would do after getting on the surface, and Yuri wished to see her family. Generally, the World Tree was once a single tree, but when it split its branches and core into 9 and were hidden in other dungeons, so Ian was up for making her wish come true. Then, Ian takes a step outside, and Ursula kept guiding him. She even made a path, and warned there's a viper right up ahead, and brought out his sword, and after the fight, Ursula had already copied its skills, resistance and acid venom, but Ian didn't got a headache this time. Yuri said she had healed him up instantly, so Ian was grateful to her. Then he came to the ominous door. He had the feeling this door wouldn't lead him to somewhere good, and he was right. It will lead him to the boss. Every dungeon had a boss, and the dungeon eats humans to keep the boss running. It has a spirit core in the center of it. But Ian knew the boss would be on the whole different level than other monsters, and just as he entered, a summoning circle got activated and brought the boss out. So he tells Yuri to get his eye. And Ursula guided him throughout this fight and warned him of the incoming attack. That blow was quite heavy, and Yuri kept healing him. So Ian used the acid poison to dissolve its arm, which throws the monster into frenzy. So Ursula gives Ian her permission to use the ultimate spell she taught him. So Ian believes in this advice and activated the spell. It causes a huge fire blast right on top of that golem. And to his surprise, it didn't leave even ashes of the boss. Yuri and Ian got happy, but Mother got angry at Ian. The Ursula came in through that eye and saw the core is just like World Tree core. So she could use it to make Ian's spirit even more powerful. Ian was up for it, and Ursula started her upgrading. That shows his eye has become Spirit God Eye. And if he keeps absorbing more labyrinth cores, it could level up further. After that, the door closed in on them, which means that no one will ever reach the World Tree now. Even the cliff Ian fell down would have been sealed by now, so Yuri could live in peace. So without that worry, they finally stepped into the outside world, and inside of a tavern, Zoid was telling everyone a bunch of lies. Like how he faced those deadly horde of hounds and Ian sacrificed himself to save him and became a bait. Such an Oscar-winning acting Zoid did, so everyone pitied him. But Zoid and his girl had actually paralyzed Ian to use him as bait to save their own life. But Ian comes right in that moment. Zoid becomes irritated that it couldn't be the real Ian. So Ian told him he made his way out by killing all the monsters. Zoid didn't believe him. But everyone saw how enraged Zoid was because he should be happy his partner is alive instead of throwing tantrum. So Ian revealed how Zoid and Jolene had casted a paralysis spell on him and left him as bait for hounds, which revealed Zoid's true face to everyone, so they were angry at such a scum. But Ian stopped them because Zoid had taken him and his party when no one else did, and more so if Zoid hadn't left him behind that he wouldn't have met Yuri and Ursula. So he thanked Zoid for everything and left. Then Ian went over to another dungeon and got its core to level up his eye, but there wasn't a world tree in that dungeon. And Ursula had accepted it because world tree fuels this world, so obviously it won't be that easy to find them. He felt bad for Yuri, but she was fine. Then they heard a woman's voice and rushed in to save whoever it was. They were being attacked by many monsters, so Ein and Yuri saved everyone who were still breathing. But the girl in that bunch fell head over heels for her hero. Ein asked her brother to stop the girl, but the man wasn't her brother. His name was Jasper, and he told them she's Claudia, the third princess of this kingdom. And to repay their gratitude, Jasper took them to his manor nearby, and Claudia wished for them to be casual with her. But more importantly, she wants Ian as hubby. And Yuri stops her and makes up she's married to Ian. Claudia didn't have any problem and said she could become his second wife. Claudia was very open-minded, and Ursula thought her little girl made a new friend. But the real shock comes in when Jasper proposed for marriage. He was the head of Gino Trading Company, a very big shot, and he showed them his collection. He knew Ian possessed spirit core in his eye, and revealed the legend that World Tree had used its power to seal away the Demon King. That's why Jasper wants the spirit core to keep it safe here in his collection. And now that it's in front of him, he can't help it. Ursula was up with this idea because he might know about other World Tree, but seriously, it's out of the question. So Ian settled on becoming friends. Jasper was all right, but he hadn't given up on hope. Then Ein asked about other spirit cores, and Jasper knew of its location, but it was in a dangerous place. So the next destination settled. But our episode 3 ends right there, so stay tuned to watch another episode of this anime. And for that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Till then, take care.